Dude.
That boy say smoother than the ray of light. Ooh. I shouldn't have wore these bitches in the daylight. I know I'm wrong.
Your eyeglasses. TurboFlex eyeglasses.
Your keyboard. TurboFlex keyboard.
Yo mama's so ugly. She gives Freddy Krueger
When Chemo discovered that roping these steers by a foot doesn't hurt them at all. As soon as Chemo manages to get the rope nice and tight, it's up and away for a quick ride back to the truck. Good time for Chemo and his furry friend to take in some of the breathtaking scenery.
Come on, Zach. Let's go to heaven.
Lives matter or just some black lives? The black lives killed by black men matter, right? Yes? The black babies killed in the abortions clinics matter, right? Thought so. The black officers killed by that bastard in Minnesota, that matters too, right? Okay. But the black babies that are killed in the abortion clinics don't matter, do they, medical people? Do their lives matter? Does the future of our black babies matter? Huh? What's up? What's up? Awful quiet now, aren't they? Uh-huh. It's okay if we kill them in the womb, right? But you have a problem when you don't seem to really have a problem when we kill them on the streets. Yes, well, we know they're the same issue. If we don't respect the lives of our unborn children enough to save them and fight for them, our lives mean nothing once we're born.
Wait. That's not what he sounds like. He sounds like whoa, whoa.
Wait. Wait. Vārdi, aibaks ir šoņēks, aibaks ir kāds. Gērišķi, gērišķi. Vārdi, ašoņi, aibaks. Rani. Viss tas jārāk. Bez kazga. Dejte, vaša mladac. Dej.
Dorime, interimo ad appare dorime. Ameno, ameno, lanciremo, dorime.
Abi şu an çok tehlikeli iş yapıyoruz.
Ameno, dimere, matiremo, ameno.
Altına sıçtıydı.
Dude, our server is such a fucking baddie.
Hi guys, how are you?
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump. At least I will go down as a president.
That one didn't age quite so well.
Pretty good, huh?
Are you scared someone's gonna break in the house?
Shit, I'm praying somebody breaks in.
I no longer believe autism is a disadvantage. I believe autism is a superhuman advantage. Because, like, I saw a date and it just changed my whole worldview. A couple, they met up. It was love at first sight. They fell in love immediately. And they had cards they would read in case they ran out of stuff to talk about on the date. And on one of the cards, it was name your 3 favorite things in the whole wide world. And the young man named his. It was Batman, trains, and chocolate milk. 3 favorite things in the whole world. And he asked the young lady if she liked his 3 favorite things, and she answered honestly and said no. He was devastated. She named her 3 favorite things in the whole wide world, asked him if he liked those. He answered honestly and said no, and his heart was broken. And do y'all know what they did? They got up and left. The date was over. They said they combined. That autistic man became my hero. He became a fucking hero because he had the courage to do what no man in here would do. He ignored his heart and his dick, and he looked her deep in the eyes, and he said, "Bitch, if you don't like Batman, fuck you."
Nah, you're pretty much right. I do want to add some things though. First of all, there isn't a sight in the world that'll make you evacuate your bowels faster than a baby bear. Cause you know certain death is never too far behind. But if you ever see a mother bear with her cubs, your #1 priority is to convince her that you're not a threat to her bloodline. Cause otherwise she'll be a threat to yours. And like the comment said, you're gonna want to face the bear and slowly back away. Never turn your back on the bear. Never take your eyes off the bear. And no matter what, you never try to get into a track race with a bear. You'll lose every time, and not just the race. But one of the most important things to remember is that a mother bear will often fake charge at you, and the worst possible thing to do when she does is try to run. Cause most charges are bluffs designed to intimidate you or size you up in general. If the bear's ears are vertical and alert, then it's a bluff charge. But if the ears are pinned back flat,
Like it's about to go down.
and by it I mean your body, and by down I mean 6 feet under. But this right here is the most important thing, and it's the most common mistake people make. They'll do everything right, but then once the bear walks out of sight, they'll either run or keep walking in the same direction they were headed, only to get blindsided. Cause the bear will often stalk you from a distance to make sure you're not still a threat. Like they'll literally spin the block just to make sure you're keeping the same energy. It can last several minutes, it can last hours. And keep in mind, just cause you can no longer see the bear doesn't mean the bear can't smell you. In fact, it probably knows exactly where you are without looking. Just keep backing up, and when you think you've gone far enough, keep going.
Oh no. It's a McChicken nugget in Chick-fil-A sauce. Somebody stop me.
I mean, this is crazy, and the country sees it. How's the country going to react to this, Tulsi?
I think we're seeing some of the outrage coming from people across the country, regardless of their political persuasion. And I hope that those who aren't paying attention do take notice, because if you think this is just about Trump, you're wrong. This is about every single one of us as Americans, and this precedent that's being set of an abuse of power that's not even being hidden anymore. I think it maybe was happening behind the curtains, or maybe they were denying was happening. It is out in the open, in broad daylight, blatant abuse of power, targeting political opponents, targeting those who dare to dissent, and attacking our most fundamental constitutional rights and freedoms. So don't think this is about somebody else. Don't think this is about just people of one, political persuasion. This is about every one of us as Americans and protecting our rights and freedoms.
Yeah, absolutely. Tulsi Gabbard knows it all too well. Thank you so much.
Did anybody order lo mein?
Alright, what this crab's actually doing is he's going out of deep water, and I cannot deter him into the shallows. So what I'm going to try to do, wrap a little bit of fishing line, which I had in my bag from the last episode. I'm going to try to wrap it around him somehow, if we can get it. And that's how we're going to get him up. Come on. He's a big boy. He's coming around for the kill shot. Oi. There, he's beautiful crab. He is a proper buck. Look at the size of this bloody crab. Now that is what I come out here for. That is a big crab, man. You guys can see the nippers on that thing. He is monstrous. Look at the color of his claws. Beautiful blues, greens in his claws. He's a very clean.
Merry Christmas, Gretchen.
I think that just dripped oil right on her face.
With her health deteriorating, 90-year-old Eileen is moving to Norfolk to be nearer her daughter.
And I was talking to one lady called Lily up at the club. She's a little bit older than me. She's 91 now. I was saying something about moving, and she said, "You don't want to go, really, do you?" If I let myself think about it, I don't want to go.
The life that we know is finished. Don't you agree? Yeah. And that's true. Newham's got the biggest immigrating population in this country for the size
There's
of what it is.
147 languages in Newham.
That's right. We've lost our community. We're foreigners in our own country now. When you're on a bus, I mean, Eileen and I were the only two white people on there this morning. We were the only two, and it was chock-a-block full. Canning Town. It's murder.
How long are you gonna be window shopping here, boy?
Oh no, I'm not window shopping. I'm actually thinking about buying something.
With what? Your welfare check and your food stamps?
You know what? I'm beginning to think you're a racist.
No shit, you melon muncher.
That's it. I'm leaving.
I can't believe the CEO of our company's gonna be here. Yeah, me too. I wonder what he looks like.
Oh, here he is.
Niggers. You're the CEO of our company?
Yep.
You don't understand. I was trying to be.
No, you don't understand. You see?
I was 1v1ing a Chinese kid in Fortnite, and after I lost, he FaceTimed me and said this.
You are so bad. Kill yourself. Nigga.
So you see?
Stupid fucking baby.
Do a video with the Amazon flashlight on and then turn the big one on to see how much of a difference it makes? Okay. So if you don't already know, I got this flashlight on Amazon that claims to be 100,000 lumens like this one is. So here's the listing. You can see flashlight's high lumens 100,000. And this, if you're curious, is the Immelin MS-18. It's the world's brightest flashlight, coming in at 100,000 lumens. Let's go see if they're truly the same or if the seller's lying. Okay, you can see this is the Amazon flashlight. I'm just gonna set it on the fence right there. And then we're gonna turn on the MS-18. In 3, 2, 1. Pretty big difference.
Clear the way, please. Hold yourself. A lightsaber. Interesting. If there's one Jedi left, it's not you. Affirmative.
Whose 15-year-old daughter was raped. She was raped in a bathroom by a boy wearing girls' clothes, and the Loudoun County School Board covered it up because it would have interfered with their transgendered policy during Pride Month. And that man, Scott Smith, because he went to a school board and tried to defend his daughter's rights, was condemned internationally. Do you apologize to Scott Smith and his 15-year-old daughter, Judge?
Senator, anyone whose child was raped is the most horrific crime I can imagine, and is certainly entitled and protected by the First Amendment to protest to their school board about that.
But he was cited by the School Board Association as a domestic terrorist, which we now know that letter and those reports were the basis for your...
No,
Senator, this is
that's wrong.
Shameful. Judge, this is shameful. This testimony, your directive, your performance is shameful.
That's not...
Thank God you are not on the Supreme Court. You should resign in disgrace, Judge.
What it do though? You ever wanted to whoop somebody's ass but you can't because you ain't got no hands? Well, fuck with me though. All you gotta do is dial 1-800 what's happening, and I come beat their ass for you. I do chokeouts, knockouts, slapouts. What's happening, homie? How you get in my backyard? You got beef with a nigga named Paul? Fuck that nigga. Body slams, wedgies, nigga. I do disguises. Watch out, one brethren. You been sleeping with Nigel's wife, huh? No. You're lying. Ladies, if your nigga ain't acting right, ain't paying child support, I'll come slap his ass out for you. What's happening, nigga? Whoa. You don't take care of your motherfucking kids?
Well, I just paid my ex-wife like $700.
Cool?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
If you got a chick that's fucking with your man, I don't beat broads up, but I can kidnap their ass like a motherfucker. What's happening, sweet me?
Hi.
You been messing with Lakeisha's husband, right?
See, I've been knowing Byron since El Camino College. I know him first. You better close.
All you gotta do is bang my line. 1-800.
Oh my god, sorry, no. That's totally cool and that's fine. Oh, you saw my joke about Tourette's on TikTok and we're like, fuck, I'm gonna go check out this guy. That's so good. Has it happened during the show and I just haven't heard yet?
Yes.
Yeah, no. Geez, now some other heckler's like, I've got a free pass. That's great. Oh, cool. Oh, not cool. But, thanks for coming, is what I meant. That's very cool. Are you fun to talk about it or no? Yeah. What's is that your most common tick?
It is currently, sometimes I just call people daffodils and
Daffodils?